Hey everyone, welcome back to RJK English. Here's my page on Facebook, RJK English. Make sure to go there and join, and you'll be able to get many more of my posts, and we can talk more in depth there. Make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. That will help others see my videos, and it will help me to get some to be able to improve this and make even more videos. So we've talked about where English comes from. We've talked about Latin in particular. Notice my American accent, Latin. I use the n to indicate the T and the N. So Latin. You'll also notice this in curtain, like curtains, parda, on a window. I say curtain, curtain. Okay, now we're moving into French. Why do we have so much French in our language? If you go back to the history that I did using a great article from someone else, in 1066 AD, the Norman French they invaded England and ruled, or Britain, and ruled for what, 300-400 years. During at the end of that time, or towards the end of that time, Shakespeare started writing. That was when things moved into Middle English. Um, I'm sorry, when it moved into modern English. So with the Normans coming, it moved into Middle English. A lot of French came into the language, and then later it went into modern English, especially with the Renaissance, when more Latin and Greek came into English because of science and philosophy and art. So a lot of French words in English are tend to be a little bit nicer words because they are words that the ruling elite would have used in Britain when French entered our language, my language of English. So there's a lot of French, a lot of French in English. Actually, let me pull up another, and I've got one moment. I've got the actual amount. So it looks like French is 29% of our vocabulary. Latin is 29% of our vocabulary. I think that would especially be scientific words. Greek is about 6%, mostly scientific words. And Germanic, which would be our original Anglo-Saxon, and some Norse, 26%. So French words in English. Allowance. We usually use this for children. They get an allowance from their parents every week that they can have this amount of money to spend. Apostrophe. This is apostrophe is this. When I put that at the end of the word, like Alex's lesson, it means the lesson of Alex. That is an apostrophe right there. So this would be from apostrophe or something like this in French. By the way, as I learned French, I realized how much French influenced English. The word order, so French was influenced by German as well, Germanic languages from the Frankish. So French word order is very, very similar to English. Anyways, let's keep going. Attaché, we don't say this a lot, but my dad used to love to say this for his briefcase. We say briefcase, but he would call it his attaché. It also means the people that are along with you, my attaché. We don't use this very much. Sometimes in business, sometimes in literature. Aperitif, I think it would be apéritif, or probably apéritif in French. So this is a drink that you have uh, before you have a dinner. You have an aperitif. Avant-garde means the at the front of the new wave of a style. So avant-garde. So during the punk movement, the original people that were into punk, they are the avant-garde. Um, Aviation. We know what this is. This is flight. Anything involving planes and flight. That's planes and flight for humans is aviation. Bachelor. We use this all the time. In I think in French they say célibataire, meaning they are single. We say bachelor a lot. That means a person that's not married yet. You know, if you watch Hindi movies, they talk about all the time. Oh, they want to stay a bachelor. You know, they don't want to get married. In English, we don't think about this a whole lot. We people kind of tend to romanticize marriage. Baguette, we know this because it's the best. The French make the best bread in the world. That's just the truth. And baguette is from French. I guess it means stick, but it's the long bread. Ballet is the type of dance that's popular in Europe. It also somewhat in the U.S. Classical dance, ballet. Beret is a hat that's worn, um, directly from French. Bon voyage, that's not from English through the Normans. That's from English people learning French. Bon voyage, have a good journey. Brunette, I'm a brunette, brown haired. Brune is brown in French. Bureau. I think bureau just means office. We usually think of bureau as a more of an official office, like the Bureau of Investigation. So FBI means Federal Bureau of Investigation. So we more use this for really big entities. That's usually how we use bureau. I think in French, it's actually just means the office, bureau. Cabaret, um, I don't know. I hear this word and I don't really want to visit one, but I think it kind of means it's probably something about dancing from French, but in English we think of it as topless dancing, but in old style. That's like using jazz and stuff, and I have no desire to go to that. Cadet, cadet. I don't know what that means in French, but in English, it's a military word and it means that person that just enters the military, a cadet. Champagne, Champagne. It's the region of France where that wine is made. We use it for all bubbly wine, champagne. Chauffeur, someone that drives someone else. Chic, meaning we more mean it to be stylish. In French, it means elegant. Cliche, use it all the time. It means something that it's been used so much it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's just a cliche. Oh, to each his own. Or you can be anything you want in life. It doesn't mean anything. People just say that. You know, it's a cliche. So I'm not going to go through all of these. Let's skip down to rendezvous. Rendezvous, appointment. We use it more in a romantic setting, or like, oh, we had a rendezvous. I met with my lover over there, or maybe in a military setting. Rendezvous at, we're meeting at this place. Reservoir, use it all the time. It's a place where water's stored. We have multiple reservoirs in my area. It's a man-made lake reservoir. Or it means, it can be a small reservoir as well. But in general, we mean man-made lake where we store water. Restaurant is directly from French. Ricochet means something bounces off of something and goes somewhere else. That ricochets. Rich, French. Salad, French. Sentiment, French. Soup, French. Television, I guess originally from French. It's a Greek and uh, Latin calc, but it's originally from French. Tournament, uniform, utensil, vinaigrette, zest. So we have a lot of French words. That's why they have their own way of being written. Like, look at this, heritage and homage. Why do we spell it that way? Or gazette? It's because it's from French. You know, that's why. We have multiple word and spelling systems within English. So it's quite weird. Anyways, I hope that's helpful to you. There's a lot more where that came from, but this at least gives you some insight into the words that you'll see in English. Make sure to leave a comment or contact me on RJK English and we can talk further. All right. See you next time.